Yo, 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 what up with you? You here with Charlie Brown, your boy CB, with another video. I ain't did one in a while. I think the last one I did was a minute ago. I don't really be doing them like that a lot frequently, but whatever. I'm here with another story to talk to y'all about. I remember when I stayed on 35th Avenue in Greenway. I was pumping keychains. I still sell artwork, but I was pumping keychains like a lot back then, like a lot. Because like I said, back then, we used to stand in front of the Circle K and sell keychains and make money. But it got so bad to where, now I ain't gonna say it got good for us, but I say bad because it was like that. It was bad for the Circle K workers. Because we got so prominent with it. When people would come buy keychains, pull up to buy keychains, they wouldn't see us out there. So they'll go inside and they'll leave like $100, $80, $50, $40, $30. It didn't matter what it was. They would leave money with the Circle K workers and be like, yo, where's Charlie Brown at? Oh, we haven't seen him today. Oh, we'll give this to him when he comes from you see him. They'd be like, all right, cool. So it got so to the point to where people start leaving orders with the Circle K with our keychains. That's how much we started doing it like that. Bam, 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 bam. So it was me, it was Corey, it was a homegirl, Aaron, it was Mello, the nigga Sleepy, he was out there with us, and my little white homeboy, Chad. So we doing it, bam, bam, bam. We got that established, so it was a way to make a little money. We wasn't rich, of course, but we was making money, but it got nice, man. We started moving it. There was two dudes that came walking up one day. They was from Jersey. Their name was B and J. Now, they wasn't real brothers, but they knew each other. They was from Jersey. Now, they was homeless in Jersey, and now that out here, they was homeless out here. Never really got the full story why they came to Arizona, but yeah, man, it was B and J. B, his name was Brandon. He was a taller brother. He was the chubbier one. He had short hair, kind of curly all around. He looked like black and Dominican, and he was a real, goofy, humorous, always laughing, chuckling, type of guy. His brother, Jay, his name was Jason Aponte. That was my cat. Jay was dating this white chick from Australia, Europe or some shit. She had this crazy little accent. And he used to always try to get me to talk to her, but I don't be talking to niggas' girls all like that on the phone. Like, hey man, holla at my girl, say hi to my girl real quick. And not to mention, I didn't know that nigga. I didn't know them niggas like that at that point to be on the phone with his girl. But I don't think he wanted me to talk to his girl. I think he just wanted me to hear how cool her accent was. So, and I knew that. So I hopped up on one day and said hello, bam, bam, bam. She had a cool little accent. She was from Austria or some shit. Anyways, but that was Jay. He was dating a chick. He was international. He dating a chick way in motherfucking Australia somewhere. And he from America. He from Jersey and shit. Now he in Arizona. So that was Jason. Jay was the player type. He was shorter. He was dark skinned. Always wore his hat to the side. Always wearing flip-flops. And he had this real big old smile. The ladies loved him. He had chicks. And it was on like that. Matter of fact, in the little time that he was in the hood, he was messing with this, he was dealing with this one Indian chick. I forgot her name, but he was dealing with this Indian chick. This Indian chick was dating this white boy in our neighborhood named Chris. This white dude was fucking loony. Either he was loony or he was loony over the Hispanic chick, the Indian chick. Anyway, Jay kept fucking with her, kept messing with her every day, macking to her. Now, I'll be honest with you. She was feeling Jay. She was attracted to Jay. She wanted Jay, but she just didn't know how to switch lanes because her dude, Chris, the white boy, he was ludicrous. He was crazy. I think the only break she got is when he actually, went off, got locked up or some shit though. But far as me and Chris go, me and Chris was cool. Me and Chris ain't never had no problems. He already knew Charlie Brown was solid. I knew he was solid. We never had no problems, never exchanged no words. Even when he knew Jay was my homeboy, we never exchanged no words. I remember one time in the store, he come in the store, nigga, Jay talking to his girl, Next thing you know, him and Jay get to fighting in the store. Mac. Jay got with him, picked him up, shot him with a couple, picked him up, dumped him, got with him. But that's the trouble Jay went through when it came to women because he was a ladies' man. I used to always tell Jay too, like, leave that chick alone, nigga. So many girls out here in Arizona, so many women out here in Arizona. You ain't gotta mess with her, nigga. She, like, you gonna lose your, like, y'all from a whole different state. You gonna come way out here just to lose your life over a female you don't, like, it's not that serious. And not to mention, I ain't gonna say all that. Anyway, she wasn't a 10. I'll put it that way. Y'all, fellas, y'all know what I'm talking about. She wasn't a 10. So she wasn't worth all of that. But anyway, they got into a scrap into the store. Bam. Jay shot 2 on the nigga, picked him up, dumped him by the chips and fucking salsa packets everywhere. You know what I mean? This Circle K was actually on 35th Avenue and Greenway. It was actually attached to Del Taco next door. So they got to fighting in there one day and they got kicked out, so they wasn't allowed to come back no more. But that's the type of shit Jay used to go through when it came to the women. There was another white chick named Destiny. She was the reason she had a house. Like, I lived on 35th Avenue in Greenway with my family. I already lived there. They came from Jersey, so they was homeless, but he had met a white chick named Destiny. So I guess he started, doing his thing, macking with her, started dropping dick on her, whatever. Him and B was able to live with her. So while B and J lived with the white chick Destiny, we got closer. We got more acquainted. We kicked it every day. They would come to my house. You know what I mean? Sometimes I let them take my wife would go to work. I let these niggas take showers. Feed them, give them something to eat. Just, I didn't have much, you know what I mean, to give. So, obviously I ain't rich. I didn't have much, but I was giving what I could. I was there to let them take a shower and shit like that. So, we got acquainted. We cooled out. We kicked it. Then I introduced these niggas to my homeboy Chad, my dude Corey. So now we all squad. So now all of us is squad. They needed a way to make money. Only way I was making money was through my artwork. So I put everybody else on so them niggas wouldn't be no different. I put these niggas on. And they used to roll with a dude named, and that's like my little brother to this day, his name was Solo. Man, that's my little nigga right there. That's how I met Solo, is through them cats. They was rolling with Solo one day because Solo was working at the Goodwill up the street. So they came through with Solo. I met Solo. Then me and Solo started getting cold. Now we all just one big family. So every day, all day, there's always somebody at the Circle K on 35th Avenue in Greenway at that time. Always somebody there. Always somebody there to sell keychains and everything. So we roll, we spend time together. So time goes by, and the white girl Destiny that J and B and J was staying with, something happened with the house. Now remember, she was a young chick, not a little girl like no minor pedophile shit. She was just, I'm 49. She was a lot younger than me. So, but Jaden was younger than me too though. But she was living with her mother. So something happened with the house. They lost the house. Everybody migrated. Everybody went their separate ways. Now remember, B and Jane from out here. B has a brother, a biological brother, that actually lives out here somewhere at that time, that we only knew and we found out at that time. The whole time we dealt with B and J, never knew he had a brother that lived out here. Like, so with your bro, nigga. But when when Destiny mom them lost the house and everybody split up with their own separate ways, yeah, we found out nigga had a brother and shit. So they was with the brother for a while, so they moved out the hood. So they moved out the hood, we in the hood still doing what we do. And you know how it is when you cool with somebody, you got love for somebody, and you spend X amount of time with them, and then they end up leaving. You know what I mean? You ain't like, you ain't sad or nothing like it's your woman, but you you miss these people. You know what I mean? They didn't have no phone or nothing, so I wasn't able to keep contact with them like that. So they was going from the hood for a while. So we missed them, but life went on. So eventually they just became a memory. Oh, remember B&J? Yeah, the niggas was cool, man. Da-da-da. Yeah, they just became a memory. So about, I'll say 2 to 3 months go by. We ain't seen B&J at all. Ain't heard from him. Nobody in the hood heard from him to tell anybody about him. Nobody heard from him. One day I go to the store, like I always do, to get what I get, whatever. Think a Polar Pop or probably a blunt wrap or something. I go to the store. What is the irony of this situation? Once again, I see these two niggas walking up again, like when I first met them. 3 months go past out the hood, I see them walking up again. I'm looking like, the fuck? I said, yo. They look, I said, I went like that. They was like, yo, Charlie. They start running to me. And I'm looking like, oh shit, is that B&J? I'm like, oh shit, nigga, stupid guy. You know what I mean? Nigga, they get to me. What's up, boy? Now remember, now keep in mind, this is at nighttime when I see him, right? It's at nighttime. So I see him, they come. I'm like, nigga. So you know how it is, you ain't seen it, you ain't better talk to him. So you question. I'm like, yo, nigga, what's up? Where y'all niggas been? What happened? They told me what happened with Destiny mom lost the house, like I told y'all. So they told me she lost the house, da-da-da. They had to go link up with the nigga B's brother. I was like, damn, B, brother, you got a brother out here? Yeah, you know, he my older brother. We ain't that close, but since I'm out here, he told me to come fuck with him. Whoop-de-wop. So I guess when they was with B's brother, I guess whatever happened on that end, some fell through. They ended up homeless again. That's when I seen them that night getting off the bus. Now remember, they from Jersey. Out here, they don't know nobody. They did know Destiny. That house is done. So naturally, you in a whole state that you don't know nobody, what you gonna do? You gonna migrate to where you first came from. You gonna migrate to where you're comfortable at. So that's why I seen them niggas walking to the store. They probably figured, well, we'll go back to the store because eventually we're gonna bump into somebody that we know. Why? Because remember, I introduced these niggas to all of my peoples. And remember, we all became one big family, selling keychains, making money. So they knew if they come back to the Circle K, they knew they could find something, some money, get some eat. So I seen them, so they told me what happened and shit. So I'm like, all right, for sure. I'm like, so shit, what y'all niggas doing right now? Obviously, y'all ain't doing nothing because you back in the hood. They was like, yeah, we ain't doing shit, nigga. Hungry as fuck. I'm like, for sure? They're like, yeah. I was like, well, shit, nigga. I got a little paper on me because we was still selling keychains, so I had money on me. I said, all right, cool then. I said, well, fuck it. Y'all want to smoke, Chief, something? He was like, hell yeah. Let's go to Chad's house. Chad is the white homeboy I was telling y'all about, my nigga. I said, let's go to Chad's house, nigga, and cool the fuck out. This night was like probably perfect. It was everybody. The homegirl, it was, nigga, bro, me, of course, Chad, it was Corey, Mello. She had 2 young cats with her. Nigga, listen to me. It was a grip of, it was Dawn, the homegirl Dawn. I'll tell y'all about her too. That's a whole separate story on a different video. The homegirl Dawn, like, little Aaron, may she rest in peace, she ended up passing away as well. It was a grip of us. So I was like, I had an idea. I said, well, shit, let's get some beer. We already got weed, get some beer. Let's go back to Chad's house because the homeboy Chad, we always go to his house and we always go to the side of his house and we either his backyard or the side of his house. That's where everybody gathered up and party and shit. So let's go back to Chad's house, nigga, and go on the side of the crib and chill, nigga, and catch up. They was like, all right, cool, I'm with it. They ain't got shit else to do. So I asked Chad. Chad was like, I give a fuck. I ain't seen B&J in a while. They was his homeboys too. So we all go back to Chad's house. So we on the side of Chad's house smoking, drinking, having fun, catching up, having a ball, this, that, and the other thing. Talking about girls we done met and they talking about niggas they done got in beef with and since, just catching up since they ain't seen us, they telling us what happened and we telling them what happened on our end. Catching up, bam, bam, bam. Next thing you know, something just popped in my head. I was like, I didn't mean nothing by it. It was just real shit. Just my life growing up. You know what I mean? Sometimes you see people again and you won't see them again forever, nigga. So I want to cherish the memories. I said, hey man, let's all take a picture. Cause you never know. You know what I mean? Niggas may not, you know what I mean? We may not see y'all niggas again. Cause I'm saying they were from Jersey. You know what I mean? When they left the hood that night, they could get frustrated and be like, fuck it, go back home. Because if you homeless out here, no, so be homeless where you at. So yeah, who knows when we may have saw them again. So I was like, yo, let's take a picture. Niggas don't know we'll see each other again. They was like, all right, cool. Of course, it was in one of my old phones. I wish I had that picture, so I would have posted it. It was a grip. It was like we was in the army or something. You know how people take pictures in the army? It'd be a lot of motherfuckers and shit. That's how we like we was in the army or some shit. It was at least 12 or 13 of us. We just took the picture. That was it. We done chilling. It's time to get away from Chad mama house because I didn't want to stay there too long because, out of respect. So I was like, all right, man, this shit was cool, kick, nigga, woo woo. I said, hey, man, let's go back to Circle K, nigga, and, sell some chains and get some more bread. They were like, all right, cool. So everybody got up. Everybody rallied up. We went right back to the Circle K. We sitting outside of the Circle K. I got my book of chains, Chad. Everybody got their keychain. We out there getting money. People pulling up. Yo, you got 2 Tweety Birds? Yo, you got that Cardinals or, you know what I mean? So, like, yeah. So we selling chains. Bam, 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 bam. So Jason says, I'm hungry. Even more hungry now because we done smoked trees and we ain't ate nothing but drinking. I said, well, shit, nigga, here. I went in my pocket, gave Jason some money. I said, go across the street. Get 2 pizzas, come back over this way, come across the street back over here. And then, you know what I mean, we'll smash the pizza and y'all can eat. Because I was sending Jay over there by himself to get the pizza. B was staying with us because we was all kicking it. In that sense, he ain't his girlfriend. You don't need anybody to hold his fucking hands. So yeah, nigga, I gave Jay the money, go get the pizza. Jay goes across the street to get the pizza. That's the last we saw Jay on that end. So Jay on that end, for that time, I thought I saw Jay. He was over there getting the pizza, doing his thing. We stood out in front of Circle K for X amount of time for like an hour. When an hour goes by, there was a white boy there named Josh. They used to work there named Josh. Never liked Josh. Josh was always an asshole. I think Josh was an asshole because Josh wanted to be an asshole. You know what I mean? He was one of those, he got a kick out of that shit. So, excuse me. So Josh came out and he tells me we had to leave. You guys are bugging it. He was a hater too. He always say we bugging the customers. I'll be bugging the customers if we serving the customers. Customers loved us. We never gave them problems. Never was rude to them. Never talked shit. Never was rude to women. We was never none of that. So customers loved us. That was just, like I said, that was just Josh's way of being an asshole. So Josh runs us off. He's like, oh, y'all got to get up out. Y'all got to roll. We like, all right, man, whatever. We all pack up. Jay is still across the street. We all pack up. We bounce. We leave. Everybody go their separate ways. Me, the homegirl, Erin, we walk towards her house. I walk her home. Because once I walk her home, I'm going to walk back to the store, to the bus stop, and catch the bus home. So I'm walking, and I walk with her home. As soon as I walked her home, while me and Aaron's walking home, we hear gunshots. You know what I mean? We hear gunshots. We brush it off because we always hear gunshots in our neighborhood, in that neighborhood. So we keep walking. I walk Erin home, get her home, and I leave. I come back to the store. I hop on the bus. I catch the bus to go where I go. Go to sleep there, spend a night there, this, that, and the other thing, and bada boom, bada bing. Wake up the next morning, come back to the neighborhood. go back to the liquor store across the street from the Little Caesars Pizza. I goes up in there to the liquor store. Now, you know, you go to a liquor store in your neighborhood for so many times, you actually become cool with these motherfuckers. They be like, these like your niggas. Yeah. I go to the liquor store to get some single cigarettes, because I was smoking cigarettes at that time. I go there to get some single cigarettes, and from what the workers up there told me, and they showed me the video of what happened. So what I'm about to tell you right now, what I'm about to tell y'all right now, this is everything I know about the story. From what I've heard, from what I heard firsthand, from the horse's mouths, and from watching the video, and the people at the Little Caesars that worked there. My people's up there too, because that was our neighborhood. Yeah. Okay, so I guess when I sent that night before, when I sent Jason to the store with the money to get the pizzas, I sent Jason to the store to get the pizzas. So he goes to the Little Caesars, he never makes it inside to get the pizzas. Jay's on a skateboard that night. Why his ass on a skateboard with flip-flops on, I don't know. Jay pulls up to the Little Caesars. He never makes it inside. Because as he's walking to the Little Caesars to get the pizza, Jay looks over and he looks on the ground. Jay sees a wad of money on the ground by a car. Jay picks up the money. Instead of Jay picking up the money, putting it in his pocket, and bringing his ass right back across the street the night before, like I told him, since he stole the money, you're supposed to get that shit and bounce. Instead of Jay getting the money and putting in his pocket and bounce, Jay takes the money, puts it in his pocket, and then sees that the car window is down. And then goes inside these people's car, and he's digging in these people's car. As he's digging in these people's car, the dude realizes that he doesn't have his money to pay for the pizza. Why? Because, yeah, you guessed it, people. He dropped it outside, and that's what Jay picked up and took. So dude realizes he don't have his money. He comes out the Little Caesars. Sees Jay, instead of Jay picking the money up and getting the fuck on, yeah, he comes out and he sees Jay in his car like this, with his legs just showing, like this. You understand? Yeah, you see Jay in this nigga's car just with his butt out and all in his car. Obviously, he say something to Jay. Hey, woo, wow, woo, do out, whatever the fuck he said. Jay hears that shit, startles him, which is supposed to. You, like, nigga, what is you in the nigga's car for? You just found 200-something bucks on the ground. Why you in the man's car? Get the fuck out of there. So the man says something, alarms Jay. Jay jumps out the car, sees the dude. Instantly, Jay turns around and shoots across and runs across the street. When Jay runs across the street, the dude that came outside and called Jay, which I know this afterwards, it was a big ass, tall ass, big Samoan guy with a whole bunch of fucking hair. He was with another dude that was a tall, skinny black guy with short hair, with close shaved hair. Tall, skinny black dude. And a Samoan guy. They see Jay. Jay looks across the street and bam, Jay hauls it across the street to the liquor store. Because that's his safety and refuge, because those are our peoples. He figured they can. That's why I'm figuring he ran there. Anyway, Jay runs across the liquor store. They shoot after Jay. They go right after Jay. Jay goes into the liquor store. When he goes in the liquor store, by the time he gets to the liquor store, before he could tell, the liquor store dude told me when Jay came in there, he was trying to tell them something. Never got that far. They came in there on Jay's ass. Both of these dudes is in the store whooping Jay's ass. And Jay had a little hands too, I ain't gonna lie, because when he was around, that'll be other videos I'll tell y'all. I've seen Jay do his thistle, because remember I seen him fight the nigga Chris. So I knew Jay had a little something. So they didn't just overtake, but big ass Samoan, you know Samoans are tough as shit. I don't know if y'all ever had, Samoans are tough as shit, nigga. And you already know black dudes are already reputable. Tall black dude with them already reputable. So they whooping Jay's ass. Now, remember the night before I told you when Josh at the Circle K ran us off, we had to leave. Everybody went separate ways. When we all went our separate ways, that's what was going on. So when we went our separate ways, B went his separate way. And what was his separate way? He went to Refuge. He goes across the streets to the liquor store. Now remember, B has no idea what's going on. B has no idea at this point that Jay found some money on the ground of these people and took their money and he was in their car. B has no idea that. So B goes across the street because we got to run out the Circle K property, so we had to leave. So B walks across the street. He goes he went to the liquor store, probably get a cigarette, soda, stuff. Like I said, that was their spot of refuge because they're from out of town. They don't know nobody. And when they moved to the neighborhood, when they met me, I introduced them to everybody that I know, including the liquor store people. So now they know them. So yeah, time of trouble, they're gonna go there. So B goes to the liquor store. He walks inside the liquor store, sees both of these dudes beating up his brother. So he jumps in. Oh, nigga, what the fuck? Get off my brother. He jumps in naturally, right? Because I would, y'all would too. Be fucking with my brother. Two niggas, yeah, I don't give a fuck what it is. Two niggas ain't jumping my brother. So B walks in. Bam! They all get to scrapping. Woo, 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 woo. Now remember, the two dudes that's beating up Jay don't know who B is. They don't know B is this nigga's brother. They just see somebody coming out the blue, jumping in some business that ain't got shit to do with them from what they're thinking. So B jump in, bam. So now B and Jay scrapping these niggas. Damn. The Samoan dude said, whoa, 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 hold on, bro. Hold on. He looks at B and said, whoa, whoa. Hold on, bro. What the fuck? Who is you? We don't know you. We ain't got no beef with you. Who is you? I don't know you. B looks at the dude and say, give a fuck that. Fuck who you know. This my brother. You fucking with my brother, nigga. The dude tells B, yo, but hold on. But your brother got my money. Your brother stole my money. He told B that. Your brother stole my money. B says, I don't give a fuck about that shit, bro. Fuck with my brother. So they get to scrapping again. So remember, B didn't want to hear it. So they got to scrapping. That's his brother, right? So B and J scrapping with this Samoan and woo, woo, woo. I guess the shit got unbearable to, I don't know. I'm not going to say they was whooping these dudes' ass because I don't believe B and J was whooping these dudes' ass like that. I believe these dudes just felt like they was like super played out. Like they tried to really play. You tried to steal my money and you in my car. Yeah, I think dude just felt really played. So the dude was like, fuck that shit. He turns around. He stops fighting. He turns around. He runs out. He goes out the store. So now you got B and J inside, I think still fighting the other guy. Dude goes outside. When he goes outside, his homie goes outside, see what's popping off. They all go outside because dude was like, get the fuck out of my store because y'all niggas tore my store up. So now they're migrating outside because now they're getting kicked outside. So now they're migrating outside. Dude goes to his car. He grabs his pistol. He turns around. He comes back towards the liquor store. When he goes towards the liquor store, yes, nigga, he ups pole. When he up pole, he shoots 4 times. Macka, 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 macka. When he ups pole like this, the liquor store guy told me this is what B said. B was scared, obviously. Do up pole. And when he up pole, B said, no, 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 no. Like that was eerie when he told me that. I was like, wait, what did you hear him say? He said, bro, I heard your boy say when he put up the shit, yeah, your boy was like, no, 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 no. Yeah, so he was like, no, 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 no. Like screaming for his life. And when he turned around, dude said, ma, ma, ma. Shot 4 of them. One bullet, the first bullet, one of them, bam, hit B in the back of the head. Dropped B in the parking lot. B died right then and there. The next 3 bullets that didn't hit B, they kept traveling. And Jason happened to be standing, my boy Jay, had to be standing in the doorway of the liquor store. When the other 3 shots rang out, 2 of them, bam, bam, hit Jay in the side and dropped Jay in the door. So now Jay, his head is halfway in the store and his body is halfway out the store. And he's laying there bloody, bleeding and bloody as hell. When I hopped on a bus that previous night and went to where I went, when I was there, there was a guy that kicks it at 35th Avenue and Greenway. And anybody that knows that Circle K knows there's a white guy named Doc. He is an EMT. He is reputable. He be on his shit. He has a daughter that is in Girl Scout cookies. And she's known for that. She be slinging. Man, that girl probably make $2,000-3,000 something dollars up at the Circle K, up at that Circle K because of her father. But yeah, Doc is the EMT, but he's actually our homeboy too. When I came that previous night, yeah, I seen Doc in his truck rushing and shit. But I didn't think about that shit, whatever. But then when I heard the story and they showed me the videotape, I was like, oh shit, that's Doc. So yeah, they smashed. So Doc left the Circle K. Because he heard the shots, Doc left the Circle K and drove over to the liquor store, and he was the one that actually got down there and was helping Jay, with his, hold the pressure and stuff. The homeboy B died instantly when he got shot in his head. He died right there. He lost his life right there. Jay lost his life 5 days later on on like life support. The white chick I told y'all that when he first moved out here, he let me talk to because she had the cool little accent. She actually flew way from where the fuck she's from, Austria or whatever. She actually flew way from out there and came way out here. And I actually met her when she came to the thing. I met her, shook her hand, whatever, met her. And yeah, she went up there and she stayed at the hospital with Jay for 5 days because we thought he was going to make it and shit, but he didn't make it. And Jay died 5 days later. So that's how my two homeboys, B and Jay, lost their life. And I just want to say, you got to be careful, my dude. And I'm going to tell you like this, and y'all may look at me crazy, whatever, but frankly, I don't give a fuck. And I'm going to tell you like this, my nigga. Me and some of the homeboys was mad as fuck. I ain't going to lie, I was mad at Jay. And I told myself if they would have actually survived that, yeah, I was gonna get on these niggas' heads, bro. Like, I gave you money to go get the food. Go get the food and come back. Okay, you human. You got sidetracked. You homeless. You desperate. You see money on the ground. Okay, Jay, pick the money up, put it in your pocket, and get the fuck on. Why does this man have to come out and it's outside to find you in his fucking car? Doing all this shit. Going through his car, rummaging. Why are you in this man's car? You just came up on $250. Get the fuck on, Jay. Okay. That's the beef I had with Jay. Here's the problem I had with B. If that was me and I walked in the store and I see my brother getting jumped by two niggas, of course I'm going to jump in and do my thug thizzle. But if one of the dudes be like, yo, man, hold on, fuck up, bro. We don't know you, my nigga. Yeah, but this is my brother, nigga. Yeah, but your brother took my money. Right then and there, I'm on it. Like, whoa, excuse me? Because whatever my brother took, obviously he wasn't slick enough to get away with that shit, y'all. You understand that? Obviously he wasn't, that's my mother calling. Obviously he wasn't slick enough to get away with that shit. So you caught, nigga, you okay. Me, I would have been like, oh, what you say? Who got your money? My brother got your money? I would have looked at my brother like, bro, do you have the, and remember, we from out of town. We're not even from this state. Okay, bro, do you have this man's money or not? Yeah, bro. Or if he would have said, no, bro. Whatever answer my brother would have gave me, I would have crossed that bridge when I got there. But one thing is for sure, people, I would have tried to defuse that shit. Why? Because you in the wrong. Listen, nigga, obviously you got caught. So what, you want to beat? Okay, nigga, get these men back their money and let's get the fuck out of here. All I want is peace, dog. All I want is peace, my nigga. I don't want none of that bullshit. But yeah, B didn't do that. B was just arrogant. Oh, it's my little brother. Fuck you, nigga. Be sensible, B. And yes, nigga, I wanted to fuck B up for that shit. But, you know, he ended up passing away. But yeah, that's how, yeah, that's how B and J end up passing away, my nigga. And they died over something. They died over something. I just think it was lame how they died, you know. And you know, I didn't know them guys for too long, but the little time that I did know them, yeah, a little time we spent together, the bond we built, the experiences we had together. Yeah, I had love for them niggas, man. Especially Jay, nigga. Everybody loved Jay. Jay, B and J was cool, but Jay was the, you know, he was the one, man. Jay was my nigga, bro. Gosh damn. I'm talking about had good laughing times, like, you know, irreplaceable priceless times with these guys. So, yeah, man. And so the next day I came to the liquor store. Well, not the liquor store, but the next day I came to the liquor store. Oh, yeah, liquor store. They told me all that, showed me all that, and then I got the news and stuff and the rundown from his girl and put the whole story together and told y'all. But that morning when I came back after they passed away, I went back to the Circle K. And your boy Josh, the white boy Josh I was telling y'all about, he was working up there. And when I seen him, he said, hey man, did you hear about your boys? And I looked at it, I was like, yeah, I heard about my boys. But what bothered me is the fact, and I bullshit y'all, I'm not making this story up, man. And what bothered me was the fact that he was smirking. Because remember I told you, he's never ever liked it us out there. He's never liked it B, and he's never liked it J. They used to always mess with him. He would always mess with them. He would always tell the manager. He just didn't like them. And honestly, I think Josh didn't like, I don't think he too much cared for black people in particular. I don't know if he was a racist, what you want to, prejudice, what you want to call him, but I don't think he really cared about black people to an extent. He really didn't give a fuck, because they was more like, him and his brother were like hillbillies. You know what I mean? They were like that, like honky tonk type of, they wore the boots and, you know, chewed the snuff, and they were just hillbillies, and they was never really cordial with us. They be cordial to everybody else, shake hand. They was never really cordial with us like that. So Josh never really liked it being Jay like that. But when he told me, did you hear about your boys? No, seriously, you guys, y'all think I'm making this shit up. I'm not. No, he had a smirk on his face. So much so, I even asked him. I said, yeah, I said, why you smirking? I like, hey bro, why you smirking? Like, why you kind of smiling? And he responded, and he was smirking and smiling while he was responding. While he was saying he's not smirking or smiling. But he was smirking and smiling while he was asking me, did I hear what happened to my boys? And that, I didn't know how to take that, bro. Like, that shit hurt me bad. I'm like, I'm not saying y'all didn't get along, nigga, but that's weird. They're dead. Like, they're dead. Why you smirking? It was weird to me. Why? But yeah, he actually smirked and actually laughed upon their death. He didn't really come out and laugh about it like that, but yeah, he wanted me to know that he found it humorous that they were gone. Because he was, you about your boys? No, oh no, no, I'm not smelling. Huh? No, not smirk. He was doing that. I was thinking like, I was like, wow, that's crazy. So, you know, I never respected Josh for that shit though. So after that morning, I think like maybe 6 months ago passed. I don't know if y'all familiar with there was an accident that happened on 27th Avenue and Bell Road by the underpath. If you go there to this day, there's a memorial out there of, there were a car full of young people. It was like, I think 4 or 5 of them. And they had a car accident over on 27th Avenue and Bell under the underpath. They had a car accident. Bam! Everybody in the car died except one guy. That one guy was actually the son of an older guy that worked at the Circle K where Josh worked at. There was an older guy that worked there. I think he was like the new assistant manager or something. But he had a son that actually worked there with Josh, that was around Josh them age and shit. So one night his son, all these people, blah, 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 they all got together one night, and you know, young people get down and drinking and shit. And they had a party on 27th Avenue and Bell Road, and they end up crashing. And everybody in the car died except for that guy's son that worked at Circle K. And everybody, like I said, and everybody in the car passed away, and all the other people that passed away, the white boy Josh I was telling y'all about, it's okay, that laughed at B&J's death. Yeah, you guessed it. He was one of them. Now, hold on. I'm not saying he passed away because he laughed at B&J. I just kind of find it kind of ironic how he laughed at my homeboy and them death, and then 6 months later to a year, yeah, they end up passing away. And the memorial is still out there again. But yeah, Josh was one of the ones that passed away. So, whatever. And I'm now, let me go and say something right now. I'm not laughing at that. Okay, I don't do all that shit. I'm not laughing at Josh's death. I'm not saying, no, that's weird. That's fucking weird. Anyways, but that's how Josh passed away, man. So be careful, man, what you say about other people. Be careful how you get down, how you smirk, how you smile. Be smart. Be sensible. Even in war, even in turmoil, even in confrontation, you scrapping, niggas can pull a gun out and kill you. Niggas ain't fighting no more, as you can see. Yeah, so that's how B&J lost their life over some stupid. I'm Charlie Brown. That's my time. And I truly thank y'all for tuning in and listening to my little stories I be telling y'all. And I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gone.